Fight, are you ready?
Combate Global.
Oh, what a punch. What an incredible fight. Can you believe what you just saw? We have a champion.
There's the beautiful skyline of Miami. It is red hot outside. It has been red hot out all summer. It's red hot right now inside Univision Studios. The crowd behind me, they are ready to go. So are the fighters in La Jaula. Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. We talked about Jay Duran on the pre-show. Incredible kickboxer making the transition to MMA. To start off, Vergara, Gonzalez. Both fighters who rely on their striking, they believe they can do it on the feet.
Oh, this is going to be a fun fight. Vergara has been wanting to compete earlier this year, had a little injury. Now he's ready to go. And Gonzalez had a great opportunity here with the Combate Exclusivos. He's 1-1 in La Jaula. He wants to go ahead and move up that record over 500.
Well, they have similar styles, but what about the age? That's right, Gonzalez, 6 years younger, same height, just a slight reach advantage for Gonzalez. Who will make it work? 3 inches. Callis, get us going.
Y arrancamos con mucha más acción, las reglas de la jaula. 3 vueltas de 5 minutos, 3 jueces, utilizando el sistema de 10 puntos. Este duelo en la división peso gallo desbound. In the bantamweight division, los jueces son the judges are Richard Green Sr., John Rupert y James Lazaro. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. En la esquina azul, in the blue corner, wearing red, vestido de rojo, su peso oficial, 135.4 libras, his official weight, 135.4 pounds, with a record of 3 victories and 1 defeat, con un récord profesional de 3 victorias y 1 derrota. From Los Andes, Chile, fighting out of Miami, Florida, Arturo Macaco Vergara. His opponent on the red corner, su oponente en la esquina roja, vestido de verde, wearing green. Su peso oficial, 134 libras, his official weight, 134 pounds, con un récord profesional de 2 victorias y 1 derrota, with a pro record of 2 victories and 1 defeat. From Zacatecas City, que sangre mexicana, Brandon Gonzalez. El referee de Panamá, Marcos Pérez.
Ya saben las reglas, quieren una pelea limpia, que sigan mi comando, choquen guantes, a su esquina.
Arturo Vergara in the red, taking on Brandon Gonzalez in the green.
Combate.
And we're underway, round number 1.
Jimmy, I'm looking forward to this fight. This is going to be fast-paced. Vergara's a flashy fighter.
What were you saying about fast-paced?
I'm telling you, I hope you have good neck reflexes here. You stretch out your neck because you're going to be turning a lot how quick this fight's
my
gonna be.
neck is a mess. Right now, I see Gonzalez just teeing off early against Vergara. He's fighting like this is a 1-round fight.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, the guy, and kudos to Vergara. The first time we saw him here, he took on the champ, David Martinez. And then the last time we saw him was back in September of last year, winning by split decision against Luis Gallegos. So he has had his fair share of experience inside La Jaula, training out of the Gold Shed Academy. And we know how flashy those guys are, Jimmy.
Yeah, and we know about their gym wars, too. If you follow them on social media, man, they go to war every time they spar. Vergara, you can see, he's calming this storm so far from Gonzalez.
Chris boxing from Gonzalez, also training out of the Entram gym, a very reputable camp out of Mexico. Vergara's trying to go for the takedown. That's something I would not expect. But
drop the level, going for the takedown. He talked about his kickboxing skills. You know, he's well trained. He can maybe stay on the outside, isn't the winner here. Trying a little clinch work, but Gonzalez right now having none of it.
Several championships as a kickboxer over in Chile and South America. Really surprised here. Nice way of switching gears, testing that ground game. He understands that Gonzalez has a strong stand-up game, so why not risk it, see what he's all about, and he can do inside La Jaula by attempting to take him down.
Yeah, but didn't really change levels on that takedown. Kind of ran into the chest rather than the hips.
It's like you're, very grappler-ish, not wrestler type of a takedown attempt. Not going on that 1D.
What I'm curious about is the pace of Gonzalez. We haven't even gotten through 2 minutes of round number 1. He's already taken a little bit of a break. Both fighters slipping.
Oh, these guys got a lot of gas in the tank, Jimmy. They can go a long way. There's no slowing down to these guys.
I think Gonzalez tested the water a little bit with that early attack. Now he's seeing that his opponent's ready for the long haul. He's kind of slowing his pace down a little bit.
Good feint by Gonzalez.
Opposite stances. Both guys switching back and forth a lot. It changes the power side. Good 1-2 from Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's searching for that leg to bring him down, but good way of Gonzalez to take down defense.
And nowhere near the takedown there. And problem with the takedown, it takes a lot of energy to go for it and not get it.
I would switch in this instant, Jimmy, instead of going for the top of the knee. Why not try to go for the ankle pick? Go for the ankle, just switch it up a bit.
And this is what Vergara talked about. He says, I've got good techniques with my kicks, good combinations. Oh, good right hand from Gonzalez. Right across the jaw.
Beautiful. Flying knee, flashy, just as Vergara.
And Gonzalez talked about that flashiness. He says, I like my spinning kicks, my leaping attacks. Flying knee right through the center. The fighter from Mexico.
Man, he's going, man. He's chasing for it. I'm telling you, I would really, like you said, just bring it down a little lower. If it's not working for you, try to go for the ankle. But then you got to set it up. You got to set it up. Right timing.
Yeah, top-level wrestlers, you see it all the time, whether in MMA or follow amateur wrestling. Good setups and execution makes a takedown easy. Without that, it takes so much energy.
Gonzalez, though, just too quick, aware of the potential takedown. He's studying Vergara very well. Vergara needs to be careful with that high kick. Gonzalez is reading it.
And he's countering with that straight right.
That right.
Down the pipe.
And if Vergara's not careful, he could get caught. I just saw, and then once again, but straight in the mid area. He has to just bring it down a bit.
Nice left hook coming off of the jaula for Gonzalez. And good footwork on the outside from Gonzalez. Cut just enough of an angle to keep Vergara guessing.
Vergara was just telling me, I just saw him a few minutes ago prior to going in. He's like a kid at a candy store, excited to be in there. He's been waiting.
Good left hook from Vergara. Gonzalez may be a little arm weary end of round number 1. Vergara trying to take advantage now.
Yeah, I see here that the pace has changed. Vergara has slowed down a bit. Not coming in as quick. That just shows to show you the respect that he has for Gonzalez.
Oh, good head kick.
Being a bit cautious, protecting himself. But again, he keeps going for the knee area. He needs to bring it down.
Yeah, reaching takedowns, they call them. Yeah, don't reach.
Maybe even try to sneak in the leg to trip him.
Wow, 10 seconds of capoeira there. Changing it up as we end round number 1.
Guys, water in your hand. Now listen to me. Take a 10-second break to breathe, and I'm going to tell you what to do. Listen, you're winning the fight easy, but you want to do so much. You don't need to do so much. It's a super exciting fight. I love that. Everyone loves it. But you don't need to do that much. We're winning. I love that you keep putting him on the fence because it's getting him tired. It's slowing him down. But don't do too much. Take your break, in and out. This round, I want you smart. In the third round, we're going to try to finish him. But calm down. Break him down, get him tired, my man. The elbows with good linkness. I need hands locked. It's hard. You're winning easy. Don't do too much. You're winning easy. Calm down.
Welcome back to Combate Global. You see the two warriors in La Jaula. Arturo Vergara in the red, taking on Brandon Gonzalez in the green. As we start round 2, an aggressive round number 1 from Gonzalez, especially early.
And aggression can go such a long way. You need to have that cardio. I see the corner of Vergara. Hey, take it slow, man. Relax. It's not a sprint.
And the takedown, surprisingly, from Gonzalez. Vergara trying a few takedowns in round number 1, but it's Gonzalez that ends up on top.
A change of pace. Vergara's very confident with the work he's been doing in the goat shed. To show his defense, he's giving away his neck, Jimmy. It could be in trouble.
This is
he may have it, Jimmy.
Over.
That's deep. That's deep. There it is.
That's the tap.
Wow.
Brandon Gonzalez, like a freight train in round number 1 and the start of round number 2. Wow. Great stuff. Now improving to 3-1. Now going to show respect his opponent, Arturo Vergara. Great performance from Brandon Gonzalez. Impressive en la jaula. Stay tuned. We'll get the details right after this.
El tiempo oficial, 36 segundos del segundo round. The official time, 36 seconds of round number 2. And the winner, by way of submission, el ganador por sumisión, Brandon Gonzalez!
Rodolfo, if you hit the gas the way Brandon Gonzalez hit the gas early in that fight, you better get the win. You better get the finish early. That's exactly what hit it. He rolled the dice and he won.
And he kept the pace, and he knew exactly he had to put cherry on top very quick and make it last. But on the contrary, Vergara, you got to listen to your corner too, because in that second round, he was a little hesitant as well. Let's look at it right here. Once he landed in, I mean, it was just, there was no way he was going to get it out of that position. That rear naked choke was just tight right from the spot. It was timing too, Jimmy. He left himself open. Vergara, as Brandon went for the takedown, so you would assume that he was going to keep it standing. He went for the takedown. Vergara went down, left his chin open. Boom. Rear naked choke finish. Congratulations to this young man. Third stoppage. This man, all his wins have been by stoppages.
And look at the confidence we saw tonight. The confidence you can see in the numbers here. 51 punches for Gonzalez to Vergara's 26. Accuracy 77.6%, but that aggression, never letting Vergara off the hook. That was a big part of the reason he got his hand raised tonight. What a great start here at La Jaula. But the action keeps on rolling here at Combate Global. Stay with it. It's only going to get hotter. Welcome back to Combate Global. Jimmy Smith, Rodolfo Roman. Look, Rodolfo, we're both broadcast professionals. We've been in MMA a long time. We call fights for a living, but every now and then we get to be fans. Now, when I saw the bout card this week, this was the one I was circling. These two fighters coming up are a combined 16-1, undefeated from Argentina, Manuel Exposito, but a big step up for him tonight.
Yeah, this is his opportunity. Yes, he has that great record, but once you start climbing up that mountain, Jimmy, you know it could get very slippery and the rocks are coming down. You got to have some good, strong shoes if you want to have a good grip to keep on going up.
That's appropriate because Lazaro Dayron, last time we saw him, that's what I compared his ground game to. It's like fighting an avalanche. So much weight coming on down on top of you the entire time. A Cuban fighter with incredible wrestling skills. That's what he brings tonight. So as a fan, this is the one I can't wait for. But the rest of our main card still to come. La Loba taking on Juaneda from Spain. This one has been hyped for a long time.
If La Loba wins, am I going to get you to howl?
Sure, I'll howl.
All right, I'll beat you for that. But listen, it's going to be a great fight with these two ladies. The internet is abuzz because they want to see La Loba in action. But Juaneda, she understands she has everything to gain and nothing to lose. How sweet it would be to defeat the internet sensation, and Spain will be smiling tonight if she goes in with that W.
Well, you talk about nothing to lose. Exposito could lose that undefeated record tonight. Lazaro Dayron coming in to pad his resume and add another impressive victory in La Jaula. But who will come out on top? A combined 16-1. When we return, don't go anywhere.
It's an honor to have Latin superstar Kate del Castillo right beside me inside La Jaula. Bienvenido La Jaula, Kate. It's been some time since you've been inside La Jaula and its surroundings of Combate Global. Tell me your experience. It's different. We got a band, we got a beautiful set.
I know.
¿Qué piensa?
We have
¿Qué
no
piensa?
COVID. no hay COVID. Es que eso es increíble, ¿no? Que ya podemos estar juntos otra vez desde antes de COVID, que yo no estaba dentro de una jaula. Así es que lo veo muy cambiado, pero lo veo cada vez mejor. Está muy superando todo esto. You know, it's been better than the last time I was here, and the band and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. So some of the things that they said, she's really just amazed at the change of the set and the actual La Jaula. The band is just something different. Now, Kate, looking back, we have a great roster of women. And it's something that really just, when you see these women fight inside La Jaula, it's just something that's just amazing. They bring it all the time. We got a great roster here. Tenemos unas femeninas atletas aquí adentro, las mujeres que siempre traen todo de La Jaula. ¿Qué piensa? ¿Hay alguien que te llama la atención? Is there someone that really grabs your attention?
Well, of course, La Loba. La Loba, I think she's fascinating, and not only because how she looks and how she fights, but her backstory. Her backstory, I think, is amazing. Everyone has amazing backstories. No todos, creo que tienen, todas y todos tienen unas historias atrás muy interesantes que los hacen fascinantes, pero para mí, La Loba, estoy fascinada con ella.
No, we're getting a little Spanglish here.
Sorry,
It's okay.
I'm
That's the
back and
beautiful
forth.
thing
I'm sorry.
about it.
That's what we do,
Eso es lo lindo de aquí, que tenemos el inglés y el español a la misma vez. Now, if we were to go back a few years back, Kate, would you have thought of competing inside La Jaula? Si fuese a unos par de años atrás, ¿pensaras competir adentro de La Jaula?
A mí, yo creo que soy una peleadora frustrada. A mí me hubiera encantado tener un deporte como mi craft, you know? But I'm an actress, so but I get to fight in some you know, characters that I play, but not in la jaula yet. Pero maybe. I mean, I'm too old for that right now, but I could have. I would have loved to fight en la jaula.
Entonces,
o boxing también.
O boxeo, claro. Entonces, tal vez ahora, pero ha practicado, porque entiendo que practicaste un poco de jiu-jitsu para prepararte para un
personaje.
She did train a little jiu-jitsu to prepare for a role.
Yeah, no, you know what? I'm going to be very honest here. I can't have a guy all over me. I fell in love. So, no, I can't do that. No, jiu-jitsu is not for me. Boxing, yes.
Okay, thanks so much. And bienvenidos once again here in La Jaula.
Gracias.
Love to have you out here
Gracias.
and enjoy the rest of the fight.
Thank you. Gracias.
Yeah, that's right. Jiu-jitsu's not for everybody, but Manuel Exposito is going to need it tonight. Why? Taking on the powerful Cuban wrestler Lazaro. Dayron is going to have to be able to do something from his back, have to stop a takedown. Can he get it done? Beatrice, bring him in so we can find out.
Entrando a la jaula, Manuel Exposito.
There you see the undefeated fighter from Argentina. When you think about combat sports in Argentina, you think Carlos Monzon, okay, the great middleweight boxing champion. Sergio Maravilla Martinez, another great middleweight champion from Argentina. Wrestling, though, that might be the kryptonite tonight. Great boxers, great strikers. Wrestling advantage has to go to the Cuban tonight.
We can't get it. I mean, of course, the Cuban wrestler is just on point, but Exposito just putting that aside and said, don't count me out of the fight yet. It's a dude that has been submitting all of his foes, the competition that he's had. 9 of his wins have been by way of submission or a KO. One of them has only been by decision. Now, what he faces is that Dayron is a different animal. He is a very strong, explosive type of fighter, and his recipe for disaster is, I'm gonna strike with you, get you in the ground and pound you. What Exposito needs to do is, he needs to use that jiu-jitsu to prohibit him for landing in that ground and pounding shots.
Yeah, but undefeated, confidence riding high, Argentinian flag over his shoulders. Beatrice, let's hear from his opponent.
Su oponente, Lazaro, el cazador Dayron.
Last time out in La Jaula against Grayson, the English kickboxer. No trouble there, getting this fight to the ground, keeping it on the ground. Also the physical pressure throughout. This man is an absolute monster on the ground and on the feet. Very explosive, strong, hard to deal with him physically. That's a puzzle you have to solve in order to beat this young man.
And good cardio, because usually you get an explosive, strong guy, you start questioning his stamina. This guy can go on forever. Credit goes, of course, to that wrestling background, but he has evolved within our eyes. The first time we saw him in Combate, it was just your typical wrestler taking down. He started modifying his game, started putting in more of that explosiveness in his fist, breaking down, and once he has you, that's why they call him El Cazador, right? He likes to catch. That's what it means basically in the hard translation. Catch his prey and just attack and land in that ground and pound viciously.
Also excellent ground transitions, goes well from side control to full mount. Doesn't have to sit there, he can move very, very well. And a ton of confidence in La Jaula last time out. It was absolute domination. He's riding high right now.
Saw him back in April, won by stoppage in the third round against Nathan Grayson, a veteran in himself. So just to show you how good this guy is.
Let's take a look at the numbers. Lazaro Dayron, 8 years older than his opponent, an inch shorter, 1 inch reach advantage, and a slight weight advantage for Exposito. Beatrice, Callis, get us started.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo en la división peso gallo desbao. In the bantamweight division, los jueces son the judges are Jonathan Lane, Richard Green Sr. and John Rupert. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. En la esquina azul, the blue corner, wearing blue, vestido de azul. Su peso oficial, 140 libras. His official weight, 140 pounds. Tonight, he enters La Jaula undefeated as a pro with 10 victories. Esta noche, entra a La Jaula invicto como profesional con 10 victorias. From Altagracia, Córdoba, Argentina, Manuel Exposito. Su oponente en la esquina roja, his opponent on the red corner, wearing red, vestido de rojo. Su peso oficial, 135.6 libras. His official weight, 135.6 pounds. Esta noche, entra a La Jaula invicto como profesional con 6 victorias. Tonight, he enters La Jaula undefeated as a pro with 6 victories. De La Habana, Cuba, fighting out of Miami, Florida, Lazaro, el cazador Dayron. El referee, Alam Abeles.
All right, I gave you guys the instructions in the locker room. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch him up, go ahead. Come out, fight.
Lazaro Dayron, the wrestler from Cuba, in the red. The undefeated fighter from Argentina in the blue, Manuel Exposito. We are underway, round number 1.
Jimmy Lazaro, the hunter, brought his bow and arrow to catch his prey. It's just a matter of time until he throws it. Now Exposito needs to come down with those nerves again. This is the top that he has competed outside of his country. Undefeated, all those victories by way of stoppage. So now he has time now to really test himself, how good he is against a very strong opponent in Lazaro Dayron.
Every fighter has to figure it out. Do I want to be a big fish in a small pond, or do I want to test myself against the Sharks here in the United States.
Already Lazaro trying to go for that takedown. Good way of Exposito putting out his hip, inhibiting him from taking him down.
Exposito walking forward with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, very confident.
Top, yeah.
He's not a slouch here.
Not fighting intimidated,
not
is he?
whatsoever.
Yeah. As you said, Exposito.
And he has a good chin.
Yes.
He has a good chin. I saw a previous fight that he had, and he was being tested, and the guy kept going in. There's that single leg attempt. Dayron, a phenomenal wrestler.
Yeah, good job keeping Dayron guessing, though. If you don't get the takedown, let him know it's there. And I'll go for it. Make your opponent have to defend everything, not just the strikes.
I'm talking about Dayron. As we see him more and more here, you can see that maturity. Calm, patient, trying to go for the right timing.
Well, he's starting out patient so far in round number 1. We're almost 2 minutes through. Hasn't really committed to a takedown. Been content to stand and trade with the fight from Argentina, now committing to the takedown.
It's like he went for the calf kick, and this is like he lost his footing. Good way, because he's trying to rip that grip.
Don't grab the fence.
Hands locked, you know, it's going to be a takedown.
Good way of Exposito to get back on his feet, though. You just need to break that grip. He had a gable grip from what I saw there.
And that wrestler's escape, 2-on-1 they call it, attacking the wrist. Good job from Exposito getting back to his feet.
So far.
We thought the fighter from Argentina was going to be mentally or physically overwhelmed. They're surprised tonight. He's standing toe-to-toe with Dayron.
You know what I've seen here in Combate Global, we've seen some of these fighters from Argentina, Chile, all these countries that are really known to be crafting some great, phenomenal MMA guys, little by little, right? But they're getting in there and they're spreading the sport, and they start bringing in these competitors from other countries that have had success in the States.
Yeah.
And they bring them in to train. So that's what Exposito is doing. He trains with some top-notch guys that have really set him up for a Lazaro Dayron.
Now switching stances into the southpaw stance. Power comes to the left side now, just like that left kick. Dayron having a little bit of difficulty adjusting to the aggression of Exposito.
Usually we would see a different type of Dayron, but just goes to show you. Exposito's his homework.
And also, how often do we see it? You know, fighters kind of overwhelmed by the moment, overwhelmed by the big lights, come out, spend too much energy.
Not this dude.
No, Exposito not fighting that way at all. He says, I'm a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. I enjoy the submission game.
Right now it's become a chess game, Jimmy.
But I love striking. That's what I really enjoy doing.
Now Dayron trying to do a little flashing. He's trying to showboat a bit to throw Exposito off to make him come to him so he could be his bait.
Rope it up to draw him into either the right hand or the takedown. And so far, Exposito very calm, not really taking the bait.
I think Exposito here is just working the mind of Dayron. You know, he really anticipated that Exposito was just going to come in fast, throw, great takedown, but he's taking his time.
Also throwing very good short punches, excellent left hook.
It's more, it almost
catch a wrestler coming in. Yeah?
It almost feels, Jimmy, like Exposito has the hand on the wheel of this fight.
Yeah.
You know, very quietly, not showing too much of it.
And quietly in control of round number 1 with just under 30 seconds to go. And Dayron only one takedown and couldn't hold Exposito down for very long.
And there's that slam, but he takes a lot from you.
Well, it does, but 15 seconds left, not a lot of time to use that. That's a big burst of gas.
Once again, escaped.
Exposito so far, round number 1, negating the strengths of Lazaro Dayron.
Salí con el codo, porque se queda cerca, ¿ok? Salí con el codo y se queda cerca. No te copes, entra con una combinación y salí. Por eso te estás derribando, ¿ok? Cuando salgas, después de esa combinación, ¿ok? Va a quedar regalo y vuelves a entrar. Estás entrando muy directo. ¿Estamos? ¿Ok? Acordate de eso, ¿ok? Se está quedando muy cerca cuando rompe esa pegada, gira en codo ahí. ¿Ok? ¿Vamos?
Ok. Cuidado con los hooks locos eso. Se raír.
He's gonna get him weak against the cage. Against the cage, get him
Mira, concéntrate. Cuidado que es peligroso. Vamos, ahora sí.
Welcome back to Combate Global en La Jaula. We are ready for round number 2. Lazaro, Dayron in the red, taking on Manuel Exposito from Argentina in round number 1. Exposito confident with his kickboxing, and Dayron got a couple of good takedowns but couldn't hold Exposito down, springing right back to his feet. Excellent stuff for the fighter from Argentina.
Yeah, same pace for Exposito. Dayron going for that calf kick. Switching in the stance. I sense a little bit of frustration on Dayron. He tries to put the brake or the accelerator, but then he just holds back. He doesn't go off full.
Yeah, it could be he's worried about the power, and we have open scoring here. Dayron winning 2. Wow, 2 judges' scorecards have it 10-9 Lazaro Dayron. I find that a little bit strange. I thought Exposito won that first round. Only 1 judge saw it that way.
Did you think that those takedowns, Jimmy?
Could have been the takedowns.
Yeah,
also, the timing of the takedown got one late. A lot of times judges keep that in mind what happens late in the round, but Exposito got to turn it up in round number 2.
Yeah, well, Dayron here is trying to use those calf kicks, setting him up for something. Take the wheels off a tricycle, Jimmy.
The problem here is Exposito a little loose with his hands, right? His hands get a little bit away from his face, not exactly tight with the guard. Dayron, if he can explode that power hand, we've seen him do in previous fights, could be a problem, but Exposito putting on physical pressure. Right into the takedown. Exposito turning his back. One of that wrestler's escape every time.
Great way of escaping, gripping the grip.
It's a weakness now we're seeing in Dayron's style. He has an excellent takedown, but his jiu-jitsu isn't good enough to keep his opponent there.
Gripping that grip, not holding on to it. Exposito has his fair share of leg calf kicks.
And both these fighters doing an excellent job chopping off the legs, attacking low. Ooh, the calf and the thigh.
Right back. Ooh, trying to go for a haymaker. They're blocked by Dayron.
And one problem is that Exposito not really setting up his punches, not using a lot of jabs, not a lot of feints or footwork.
That
Pretty
one
much
shot,
power punches.
Yeah, that one shot's not going to get you anywhere, Jimmy. You have to use more than one.
Dayron, another takedown. This one off the right hand.
Only guy that really had success with Roy Nelson. How many ages
Mark
ago?
Hunt, he had a good one too. Once again, a little while ago.
There's no one-trick pony victories. Very rare.
Yeah, pretty rare these days.
Once again, ripping that apart.
Great
way, man. That's just great textbook wrestling
Exposito
defense.
back to the center. But Lazaro Dayron finding success with the striking here in round number 2.
Yeah, Exposito he needs to follow up. He can't just give just one shot and back away. More than one is what's going to set you up and give you something. Plus, you're going to press the judges.
Confident in the right hand. Exposito now going for a clinch. Over-under position against La Jaula, minute 20 seconds. I think whoever finishes strong might be able to put their stamp on this round.
Yeah, Dayron looking at the clock. This is a good position here for Exposito to do some damage to Dayron. I just see a different type of Dayron today, Jimmy. I really do.
More passive than the man we saw last time against Nathan Grayson.
Not too much aggressive.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit of that frustration. The takedown's been working. He hasn't been able to capitalize with it. Oh!
He tried it, but he has a strong chin. Exposito, you can get hit by a truck and he'll be right there in front of you.
Yeah, talked about that. We'd seen it in previous fights. First fight in La Jaula, but we did our homework, and one thing we both agreed on, the guy has a strong chin. He can really take a shot.
No glass jaws here, Jimmy.
30 seconds left on round number 2, and Dayron doing better in this second round, especially with that right hand Superman punch.
Here he looks a little bit more confident with that power. But you gotta give credit to Exposito. Stopping top weapon on there.
Round 2, winding down. Better round for Dayron. It comes to a close.
Respirar 10 segundos y escuchar después. This is extremely important. We're never going to just stand in front of him and do nothing. We're standing in front of him.
Nunca estamos
We're setting something up.
Siempre estamos dando fintas. Siempre estamos
Always set
moviendo.
something up. He's thinking about everything that Dayron's doing. Keep making
Él
him
está
think.
empezando todo lo que tú estás pensando, ¿ok? Y cuando él te tira los hooks locos, eso le cambia el nivel.
When he's southpaw, his right hand.
¿Ok? Cuando él está zurdo, tu derecha está abierta y la pierna izquierda te la vas a seguir tirando, ¿ok? Tranquilo, respira, tú eres ruso, no tiene nada para ti. No te puedes sorprender con nada. Esto es lo que tú has hecho toda una vida. El mundo está un boletín de esta pinga mismo, ¿viste?
Glove again, I'm taking it. Grab the glove again, I'm taking another point, okay? That was blatant.
Welcome back to round number 3. Lazaro Dayron from Cuba in the red shorts versus Manuel Exposito from Argentina in the blue. Lazaro Dayron turning it up in round number 2 with the right hand, the power shot. Exposito still bringing physical pressure. You see the success in round number 2 that you saw in round number 1, and 2 judges went the way of Dayron in round number 1.
Oh, what I found interesting is the corner of Dayron told him you need to keep using those feints to keep Exposito guessing. And it's true, that's how you're going to bait him in to come into you. As for Exposito, you just got to pick it up just a notch here if you want to take this victory.
Yeah, 2s and 3s, not 1s and 2s. Right now it's been power shots, maybe a jab before, but not a lot of combination fighting. And 2 judges have it in favor of Lazaro Dayron. Manuel Exposito needs this 3rd round. He needs to get a finish in this 3rd round if he's going to win. Decision is out of reach unless he gets a 10-8 round. 2 judges are seeing both of these rounds for Dayron.
Yeah, Exposito needs to do something quick. He needs to let go of those hands. Not one shot, more than one.
Rodolfo, you talked about it, the step up, right? Taking on better talent. Part of that is, you know, fighting in local fights, fighting these fighters who don't have a lot of experience. You're not fighting from behind very often. You don't have to turn it up in the 3rd round. A lot of times you're ahead the entire fight. Not tonight.
You're usually controlling the fight.
Yes.
You know, you're the one that's calling the shots, but when you start increasing and improving yourself and in the level that you compete in, it's a whole different type of story.
Lazaro Dayron is showing us tonight is his takedown hasn't really been much of a factor. He's content to box. He can still win fights without his biggest weapon. That's impressive.
But it's just been a 1-2 and a stop.
Yeah.
You know, not too much of the consistency. I almost feel like he's just being very, very careful, very cautious. I love how he goes with that fake uppercut, but he's not doing much with it. You have to follow up.
A lot of calf kicks,
Tons,
leg
on
kicks.
both ends.
Yep, from both fighters. But
yeah,
you know what that does? That opens up your offense to the ribs and to the head. That we haven't seen.
It's like they do the calf kick, but nothing is done with that.
Right. Rarely will you catch a fighter, you know, with leg kicks, calf kicks, and drop them. Right? It's pretty rare. Most athletes pretty well conditioned. You can bait them low and then go high. And Exposito finally seeing some success. You saw that leg go out from the calf kick. Can he get the finish? 2 minutes left in round number 3. Dayron
there he got
finally getting on top, hip square.
Now this is where Dayron loves to catch his prey.
So good at putting the pressure on and keeping it there.
But Exposito counts in his jiu-jitsu. has a lot of confidence that he can escape this dangerous position.
Escape, though, not good enough right now. Minute 45 left in the fight. He is losing.
Dayron doing what he needs to do here, just pushing away, following every time he moves his hips. He's right on him.
He likes the guillotine choke. If he has one, now's the time to use it.
Well, now he's got to give him his back, but he could get up here on his feet to break that grip. We've seen it multiple times so far in this fight.
A good riding so far from Lazaro Dayron. Something that was missing earlier on in the fight. We get the takedown and then allow Exposito to escape. Now, riding very, very well.
This is the most that he's held on to this position, riding him. And Exposito breaking the grip. Dayron still not letting go, doing what he has to do to win the fight.
Seeing his maturity increase in La Jaula. Lazaro Dayron, a methodical pace to this fight, not getting overwhelmed early, not getting frustrated by his takedown not being much of a factor. He's fought hard for 15 minutes, 30 seconds left. Exposito pummeling inside, one last level change. Will we see that end of the round takedown we've seen so often from Dayron? Going for the mat return, couldn't quite get it.
Yeah, and I love how Dayron tries to put the feet to trip. Oh no, there he got a trip in on the back. Got right back on his feet.
10 seconds left in round number 3.
He slipped on that one, got out.
Exposito needs that one big shot, but he doesn't get it. It looks like the first loss of Exposito's career. Another great performance from Lazaro Dayron, this time more measured, a bit more patient. Great things ahead for him as his career continues to roll forward. We'll get the particulars when we come back to La Jaula here on Combate Global. Dayron getting his hand raised yet again. Welcome back to Combate Global. It was a hard-fought 15 minutes. But to the winner go the spoils. Beatrice Callis, make it official.
After 3 rounds of much more action, this is the final decision. Después de 3 vueltas de mucha más acción, esta es la decisión oficial. El juez Jonathan Lane entrega tarjeta de 29 a 28 a favor de Lazaro Dayron. Y los jueces Richard Green Sr. y John Rupert entregan tarjetas idénticas de 30 a 27, 30 to 27. All in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Todos a favor del ganador por decisión unánime. Lazaro Dayron!
Lazaro Dayron, another decision victory, now moving to 7-0, first loss of Exposito's career, but he had to earn it tonight. It did not come easy for the wrestler from Cuba.
But Exposito, I wouldn't walk out of Hollow with my head down. He really impressed me, and I'm sure that the next time we'll see him in here, we'll see a different type of fighter that can definitely bring it inside. Let's take a look at some of the action. Went for the takedown. Exposito read him like a book. Every time he took him down, he got right back on his feet. And if you can do that against Dayron, you definitely are cooking something really good and can just work on those deficiencies. For Dayron, see, he went for the ankle pick, but Exposito was just ready to break it up. But from what I saw is that both fighters were very calm. They took this fight very slowly, and it started building up little by little. Dayron ended up, the difference here, of course, was the takedowns that made the difference, earning another victory for the Cuban.
Also, good right hands. The power shots were there. Exposito landed some power shots of his own, but didn't have the power behind it to turn the fight around. Look at here, Lazaro Dayron actually landed fewer punches than Manuel Exposito. Exposito, fewer kicks as well. I mean, in striking, Lazaro Dayron didn't quite have it. Look at the 6 takedowns. They were the difference in this fight.
Little punches, but they came with power.
That's true. When he landed, it had power. When we come back, that's right, the return of La Loba. Get ready to howl. Welcome back inside Univision Studios. Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. It feels like we were just sitting here talking about a fighter named Justin Vasquez. And what do we talk about? We talk about it factor, right? We talk about that magnetic thing that draws you in, not just to their fighting ability, but to them as a person. La Loba has that for sure. It's something Lucera Acosta takes with her every time she enters La Jaula. But Justin Vasquez didn't win last time. You can't take that adoration. You can't take the fans in with you. It can be a blessing and a curse having everyone looking at you. How does she handle it tonight?
Look, she's been in multiple interviews throughout the week. She was on Despierta America, which, you know, for us English folks, like a Good Morning America. She even submitted the host. But she's able to really transition her mind from all the hype, the interviews and all that stuff, and really focus and put her mind into her fighting game. And we've seen it. Yeah, she understands the hype around her, the followers that she has on social media, but she at heart is a fighter. On a personal level, she went through a personal stuff, all right? Personal stuff that, and she's been very open about it. And MMA rescued her. It saved her, made her the woman that she is today. And she has a child. She has a young little girl. And she says, I fight for her. I am a role model to her. So this young lady, forget all the hype, forget all the interviews, all the stars and the cameras. She knows how to be able to put those two separate and come here tonight. And she knows she has to win to make herself improve a point here tonight against the Spaniard in Silvia Juaneda.
Yeah, now Silvia Juaneda is one of those who won last time against Quinn Williams. A big comeback on the ground. She's used to adversity. She can come back. She believes in herself. Is that key tonight?
That is the key. She needs to be really focused on this. She knows, and she has an advantage, okay? So Acosta Lazaro competed back last year. Juaneda just competed earlier this year. She has that momentum going. She's been inside La Jaula. She's seen all the hype, all that stuff. I'm all right. Now she feels like a vet inside La Jaula. She's ready to go.
And also Acosta, the ability to kind of scout her opponent because she's been out for a long time. But La Loba getting ready to howl. Beatrice, get it started.
Entrando a la jaula, Silvia Juaneda.
There's a fighter from Spain. Silvia Juaneda defeated Quinn Williams in a second-round comeback her last time out in La Jaula. She is excited. She enjoys MMA. She says, I love it. That's why I do it. I had talent, but it's more the joy that it brings me being in La Jaula. She has the biggest name of her career tonight. See the Spanish flag draped over her shoulders. She looks ready to go.
She has everything to win, nothing to lose. That's the mentality. And when you get a fighter that comes in with that, man, you know you're going to get a vicious young lady. The last time she was here, as you mentioned, she took on Williams. She told me, listen, I hope I get to face Acosta. So she's almost over-prepared because she was already prepared for La Loba. Now she's going to get her.
Well, no such thing as over-prepared when you're getting ready to face La Loba. Beatrice, get her in here.
Su oponente, Lucero Acosta.
There she is, Lucera, La Loba, Acosta. You talked about the mental struggles. She has been very open about them, Rodolfo, but she is focused, she is prepared, and what she brings is great boxing, great straight punches. She's great at controlling range with those punches, and also that ability to kind of make it her fight, right? To make her opponent fight the way she wants him to.
She does. She knows how to control the fight, very explosive with her boxing, and it was evident when she took on Maria Seliman last time around. And there was a lot, you talk about the whole mental stuff, right? Last time around, there was a lot of beef between these two ladies, a lot of hype, a lot of smack being talked on social media. She was able to put that aside and bring it all inside La Jaula. So this is nothing for her, for Acosta coming inside, putting that aside and being focused on a woman. She's been through worse. For her, this is a walk in the park.
We'll see if it's a walk in the park, but also coming off an injury. This fight has been delayed for a long time, Rodolfo. She was supposed to fight earlier in the year. That time off makes you a little more anxious, a little more raring to go. Do you think we see that tonight?
But more time to study her opponent. She was able to sit back on her couch and watch Silvia compete the last time around and make some noise. And what I really want to see from Acosta is I got a surprise. I've been working on my ground game. I'd love to see it tonight.
See what she can do from her back. We'll see if she is taken down and all the crowd raring to go here in Univision Studios. We've been waiting for it all season long. We're about to get it. La Loba taking on her opponent from Spain, Juaneda. It is about confidence, aggression, boxing, the ability to control your opponent. It is all on display right after this. Stay with us. Welcome back inside Univision Studios. That's right, the return of La Loba and La Jaula from Mexico. She is ready to go. Silvia Juaneda from Spain. You see her on your left. This is the season debut of La Loba. We cannot wait to get it ready to go. Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. Well, guess what? We have an extra special guest with us, Jillian Robertson, UFC veteran at 115, 125. Rodolfo, you can just, if you want to go.
Kick me out, boot me out. I'm going to hang out. It feels like I'm the desert with a Holly going out here.
Because I got all the knowledge I need right here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm super excited. The girls always bring the fire, so this should be an exciting fight.
You know, that's something we talk about all the time, you know, Combate Global. It's like you talked about it. We're fighting for recognition, right? We're fighting to show that we belong in every fighter we've seen so far. Women's MMA in La Jaula, it's like they're fighting for their spot. Is that how it feels to you?
Oh, 100%. Like I said, we're in a man's world. We got to fight for our spot, and I've seen like La Loba fight before. She brings that fire, she brings the aggression, and it's something different.
With the experience you have in your MMA career, what's it like dealing with somebody who can make it their kind of fight? She's challenging her opponent to stand in front of her, all that kind of stuff. It can be so incredibly difficult. Think she handles it tonight?
Oh yeah, I think she does.
And look at the tail of the tape. Juaneda, 9 years older. Will that be the maturity difference? We'll see. Beatrice, let's get it started.
Continuamos con mucha más acción. Este es el evento estelar de esta noche. We continue with much more action. This is the main event of the evening. División Peso Mosca, Flyweight Division. Los jueces son the judges are James Lazaro, Jonathan Lane, and Richard Green Sr. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. In the blue corner, en la esquina azul, wearing yellow, vestida de amarillo, su peso oficial 125.8 libras, her official weight 125.8 pounds, con un récord profesional de 3 victorias y 1 derrota, with a pro record of 3 victories and 1 defeat. Desde Menorca, España, Silvia Juaneda. Her opponent on the red corner, su oponente en la esquina roja, wearing blue, vestida de azul, su peso oficial 125 libras, her official weight 125 pounds, con un récord profesional de 3 victorias y 2 derrotas, with a pro record of 3 victories and 2 losses. De Tijuana, Baja California, vía Mexico City, Lucero, La Loba, Acosta. El referee, Marcos Pérez de Panamá.
Que saben las reglas, Quiero una pelea limpia. Sigan mi comando en todo momento. Toquen en guantes si quieren. Su esquina.
We are getting ready for round number 1. Lucero La Loba Acosta in the blue. Her opponent from Spain, Silvia Juaneda, and we are underway.
Man, did you guys catch that fierce look from La Loba?
How
it
could we
got
miss
scared,
it?
man.
I was just about to say that was intense.
Man.
Throughout the fight, that's what Juaneda's got to deal with. La Loba brings that intensity, tries to win the battle before she throws the punch.
And you know, it's a different vibe when she's in the howl. I don't know if you guys felt it, but I've called her fights a couple of times. It's just the whole ambience just changes.
Jillian, how important is it to you if you're Juaneda to kind of not give up ground early, right? Punch the bully, put him on their back foot, and try to assert yourself a little bit early in the fight?
Oh yeah, especially this being La Loba's world, it seems like. She's going in there confident, knows that she can control the cage. I feel like it's very important early in the fight to impose your will and show her that she can't do that.
Right now, going toe-to-toe. La Loba, though, really confident with that jab and that straight right hand.
Yeah, great face from La Loba. She's just quick for loss. She's trying to sneak in an uppercut in there, guys. Jillian, you know, you're a show woman yourself when you're in the cage, in and outside. You know, how much of that come into play? Because La Loba seems to do a lot of it while she's in the hall. How do you throw off your opponent?
Going hard for the guillotine. Juaneda took a bad shot. Now she's paying for it.
She worked on that jiu-jitsu.
She is going hard for this. She might have it. Juaneda trying to punch her way out.
She may be out. She's sleeping. She's sleeping, guys.
An early submission from La Loba. Woo.
Out on the feet. Crazy.
Not even able to get warm. Juaneda going in for the takedown. Ill-advised. Left that head on the outside. You know what happens there, Jillian.
Oh yeah, exactly. Just one little mistake in this sport and it can cost you the whole fight.
Jimmy, I gotta hear it.
There it is. I said I would do it, and I did. La Loba getting that guillotine. She had tried it in previous fights from that same position, never able to get the finish. This time around, Juaneda in a little too deep, and ended up paying for it. Jillian, you just can't underestimate anybody's skills these days. Someone maybe a great striker, gotta worry about that ground game.
And I just feel La Loba's passion right now. You see her on top of the cage. There's no better feeling than that. She's just on top of the world right now.
Yeah.
Put her to sleep,
Juaneda,
guys.
look at this. Both knees going down just like that, and that's it.
She went limp straight down. Good executed by La Loba. That is a one for the books, guys.
She put everything into that guillotine. I was about to say, she better get this guillotine. She put so much into it. If you don't get it, burns out your arms, burns out your shoulders.
It's just a beautiful fight from the start from La Loba, throwing power in every single one of her shots, getting her opponent to want to shoot, not to want to be on the feet with her, and then getting such a slick finish after. It was beautiful.
Yeah, Juaneda very, very disappointed. Came a long way, but coming up short against a very happy La Loba. Didn't finish the way we expected. Known for her power, ends up getting the guillotine finish. We'll come right back into La Jaula to make this one official when we come back. Get ready to hear the howl. Welcome back inside Univision Studios as we enter La Jaula. La Loba, we had waited a long time. She did not disappoint with the early finish. Let's make it official.
The official time, 1 minute and 24 seconds of round number 1. El tiempo oficial, 1 minuto y 24 segundos del round número 1. And the winner, by way of submission, la ganadora por sumisión, Lucero Acosta!
There's the howl from La Loba, now 4-2. Dominant performance, slick submission in round number 1. It isn't just about the boxing, it isn't just about the power. She can get it done if you get your neck out as well.
right from the start. Thank you very much. Thanks to my trainers. Working hard. Tell us a little bit about she was ready to go. I can't believe it. Kate del Castillo now I'm talking now. There's a lot of strength coming at your end. I was working hard and I'm going forward.
Es lo lindo de Combate Global, la importancia de la familia, lo que te motiva a esta preparación, a la disciplina, el sacrificio que tienes que hacer para estar aquí. ¿Por qué se la dedicaste a tu papá?
Porque nunca le digo que lo amo y because I never tell him that I love him. I want to dedicate it for him. And I love you, Dad. Thanks so much. Apologies, we're having some difficulties here. What?
Eso, ¿cómo llegas a ese tipo de ¿cómo se dice? De sometimiento.
How did you feel when you get that submission? What was the feeling?
Mi jiu-jitsu, he entrenado más mi jiu-jitsu.
I've been working a lot more on my jiu-jitsu.
¿Qué tanto detener para que se pueda dormir?
To hold that grip.
Trabajo duro y dedicación.
I've been working hard, dedicating a lot of time.
No es lo mismo que puro boxeo, puro muay
It's
thai.
not just boxing, but everything.
Este deporte y ahora sí que admiro a todos, admiro a mi oponente.
Now I just admire everyone, even my opponent.
Es algo que pues ahora sí que yo estoy aquí sin querer.
This is something that
La vida me puso aquí, entonces
life just put me here.
Mil respetos para todos los
A
peleadores.
lot of respect to all the fighters.
Para todos.
Sin querer queriendo, así como el Chapulín Colorado, sin querer queriendo estoy aquí.
I'm here.
¿No? O sea, aquí estoy ahora sí para levantar la bandera de México.
I'm
y a
here
todas las
to
mujeres.
raise the flag of
Así
Mexico.
Así es, y por eso te admiro, te respeto.
And that
y
is why
gracias por
I
esta noche,
admire
de
you
verdad.
and
Y
respect
te
you.
hemos visto crecer y convertirte
We've seen you
en una
grow
peleadora cada vez
and
más
convert
feroz. De
yourself
regreso contigo,
into a
Carlos.
better fighter.
Rodolfo, you did an amazing job. I know we didn't hear all of that interview, but the
technical
part that we
difficulties.
did,
We did
you
what
were
we did.
doing a fantastic
Gotta
job.
fix my hearing aid there, bit.
Jillian, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry you couldn't call a longer fight. You got a short one. We appreciate you coming in, but it rolls on. That's right, Combate Global. More action to come right after this. Welcome back to Combate Global. It rolls on. Jimmy Smith alongside Rodolfo Roman. Look, we talked about the popularity of La Loba. All the people getting behind her 100%, loving the fact she was getting back into La Jaula. But the fight coming up, it kind of takes that to the next level. When you talk about Jawy Mendez, he is on the Mexican version of Jersey Shore, right? Acapulco Shore, something like that. I know you're a huge fan.
Acapulco Shore.
Yeah, I know you watched all of them.
You know what GTO is? Gym Tan Laundry? No, Jersey Shore. Jesus Christ.
So, dude, I have no. My point is,
you don't know your pop culture, dude.
I don't know my pop culture, but you follow all that stuff. But he has almost 10 million followers on all of his social media combined. You can't take him in the Jaula with you, right? So it's one of those, you can be popular outside, you got to prove it inside. Is that the goal tonight?
That's all he has to do tonight. And look, I've seen some of the, I'm honest here. I've seen some of the episodes, right? He got in a couple of scuffles. This guy named Andre, there was a whole beef and all that stuff. That's all we know. We haven't really seen him in action. We don't know, but secretly, this guy could be like Batman, and working in the Batcave, working on the moves. But look, he started off very young doing karate. Yes. He said it's something that he's always wanted to do, to be a professional mixed martial artist. It's something he has in his heart. He opened up his own gym. He grew up in a rough neighborhood, and fighting has been that thing that has kept him out of trouble and made him the successful person that he is as a musician and now a reality star. So, all kidding aside, look, if you put in the work, you could become a great athlete, a mixed martial artist. People like to pick on Jake Paul. Say what you say. The guy has put in the work. So has this man right here. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to walk into this fight not as an analyst, but as a fan. I'm excited to see this fight.
Now his opponent, Johan Rodriguez, has come in with attitude in this fight. Ready to go. He sees this as the opportunity of a lifetime. Let's learn more about him.
En Colombia empecé con Karate Do y después hice la transición a pelear en artes marciales mixtas. Mi hogar está en donde está mi familia, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que si estuvieran acá no extrañaría tanto Colombia como la extraño en este momento. Mi mamá y mi papá me apoyan con todo lo que tenga que ver en este deporte. Yo estaba estudiando Derecho, fue así como de totazo que yo les dije no, o sea, mi vida no es esto. Yo soy un peleador y voy a ser un peleador. No importa si es influencer, si todo el mundo quiere que él gane. Dentro de la jaula vamos a estar solo nosotros dos. Jawy, va a ser una noche difícil para usted porque yo vengo realmente preparado a terminarlo, bro. Yo vengo solo a terminarlo a usted, a noquearlo.
Entrando a la jaula, Johan Rodríguez.
What stands out to me about Johan Rodriguez is at the weigh-in, he was not there, Rodolfo, to make friends. He was not there to touch gloves. He's out there to win. When he talks about this fight, he talks about the biggest opportunity of his career. If there's one thing about being a fighter, is that having a full belly doesn't help. He's fighting a guy who's rich anyway, who's already set up. He sees this as, this is my opportunity to make something of myself in this sport. Do you believe he needs that mental edge tonight?
Just hearing him speak just tells you this man is walking with oozing confidence. And that's all he needs to win tonight. He already has that back. He's had several amateur bouts.
Yes.
He's had that experience. But again, he's walking into an opponent that has the element of secret. We don't know what he's all about. But this is a guy that's, all he knows is fighting. He said, I was studying law. And he's told his parents, no, I'm a fighter. But put this aside, and I'm concentrating into something that I'm passionate about, and that is fighting. He decided to come train here to the States. Left his family behind in Colombia, and he's been here since. He said during media day, I miss my family, but I know I had to do this to be the mixed martial artist that I am.
Well, he has a social media following beyond belief, but will it help? En la jaula, let's bring in his opponent, Jawy Mendez.
Mi gusto por la pelea inició desde muy pequeño. Cuando yo cumplí 4 años ingresé a una escuela de karate. Me enamoré del deporte de contacto, sobre todo el combate. Yo estoy aquí por una pasión, un sueño que cumplir, en verme en televisión en una pelea profesional y qué mejor que estar en Combate Global. O sea, Combate es líder en esto de las peleas y yo estoy feliz de pertenecer a esta mi casa. Yo sé que este debut no va a tener comparación a nada de lo que yo haya vivido. Obviamente yo espero ganar y espero que sea un rival fuerte. Johan, esta noche es nuestro debut. No solamente soy nuevo yo aquí y espero que te hayas preparado igual que yo.
Su oponente, Jawy Mendez.
There he is, Jawy Mendez. You heard the crowd as soon as his name was mentioned. So many supporters here at Univision Studios tonight. This man is used to the pressure of the spotlight. He's used to people paying attention to him. Used to everything being on his shoulders. When that jaula door closes, everything changes. You are on your own. We'll see what he's got tonight.
He says he's changed his lifestyle since he decided to take on this pro MMA debut. It's made him disciplined. But you're a reality star, Jimmy. You're everywhere. Media interviews, they invite you to places and parties, you gotta show your face. So this has taken him away from that so he can really concentrate on cutting weight, which is something that he said has been very challenging, but now here is today to prove himself that he's put everything at work. And I gotta tell you, from just seeing some of that footage that we saw, he's a pretty athletic dude with a nice flying knee from what I saw there. And he has some hands, so if I go based off of that, we're gonna get something, and he's definitely showing the respect to his opponent as he walked in.
Karate since he was a child, the footwork, the balance, the timing. Will it translate en la jaula for the reality star? We're about to find out. Fame comes to the big target, and there's one right on the back of Jawy Mendez. Look at the age. He is 9 years older than his opponent. Also, Johan Rodriguez, a significant height advantage, significant reach advantage as well. The reality star taking on Johan Rodriguez in his MMA debut. Beatrice, get it going.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo. A un peso pactado de 176 libras, we continue with much more action this bout. At a cash weight of 176 pounds, los jueces son the judges are John Rupert, James Lazaro, and Jonathan Lane. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. En la esquina azul, in the blue corner, wearing yellow, vestido de amarillo, su peso oficial, 174 libras, his official weight, 174 pounds. Esta noche, entra a la jaula a hacer su debut profesional. Tonight, he enters la jaula to make his professional debut. De Charalá, Santander, Colombia, vía Phoenix, Johan Samurai Rodríguez. His opponent on the red corner, su oponente en la esquina roja, wearing green, vestido de verde, su peso oficial, 174.8 libras, his official weight, 174.8 pounds. Esta noche también hace su debut como profesional. Tonight, he makes his professional debut. De sangre mexicana de Mexico City, Jawy Mendez. El referee, Alan Abeles.
In the locker room, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. If you want to touch him up, go ahead. Come out, fight. Rupert.
Jawy Mendez in the green. His opponent, Johan Rodriguez, in the yellow from
ready?
Colombia.
Fight, are you ready? Fight!
Round number one, we are underway.
All right, the start of this is going to tell us the story, Jimmy. How Jawy walks in. Is he going to be fast paced? Is he going to be patient? Oh, there's some feints. Kind of loopy there.
Coming in with a lot of energy from the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of right there.
Right into a clinch position.
But look, you can't take any credit away
body, easy
straight down to the floor.
Also into full mount right away. Exactly
this is
where you don't want to be.
You never want to be in this position, especially if it's your first one.
Oh my God, early in the round, bone dry. Very tough to escape.
But look,
not even a minute in.
Jawy already won, Jimmy. It takes a lot of heart and guts to get inside La Jaula and compete. Say what you want to say.
Yeah, very, very true, but you're about to earn your stripes.
That arm's
Full
right
mount,
there,
4
Jimmy.
minutes left. Yep, sticking that arm up.
Giving it away.
No real mount escape so far.
Jawy told me he's been training for a good year in mixed martial arts.
Well, whatever he was training, it wasn't mount escapes, because he's trying to punch his way out. That's not how you do it.
Yeah, he's definitely going to get caught here. He's already in big trouble.
Right now, just flailing his way out, not using
Man, there's the armbar.
Armbar.
He's breaking away. And he might be tapping
Looks like
out.
it might be done.
Nice. Going away, Jim. Were you surprised?
Almost
Okay.
into a triangle.
Okay, Jimmy.
Walking over the body.
Hey,
It's
never
not over yet.
underestimate
Very
your
good.
opponent. Never underestimate him. He's already 1 point in my book. Good way of striking to the legs.
Johan Rodriguez sees this as the biggest opportunity of his career.
You never would he make have a heel hook there if he was able to catch that one.
Right into a leg lock.
But what Jawy needs to do, he needs to slow down a bit. He's already, you can see he's breathing hard already. Look at his stance. He's loose. He's going to get caught, Jimmy. He needs to slow down the pace. He's too excited.
Hands very, very low.
Yep.
Rodriguez.
He's breathing hard.
Staying mellow.
Walked
right into a right hand.
And Johan knows it. He's just waiting for the right timing.
Mendez right now trying to attack, but trying to get his win back.
You know,
We are barely halfway through round number 1.
For those who might be tuning in for the first time, on the ground is the most hard, difficult position in MMA, Jimmy.
When you find yourself with an opponent on top and throwing punches like that, it takes all the energy out of you. Jawy Mendez now having to come back, was able to get out because Rodriguez went for the armbar.
This is
Beautiful
he felt
leg
that one.
kick.
Now this is a good chance for him to catch his breath. He has to put those legs up because he's gonna get caught. He threw a loopy over right hand and left just himself exposed.
Easy counter from Rodriguez.
Jawy needs to use some jabs here to keep away. He gotta stop throwing those haymakers.
Mendez now understanding what it takes, not just to get in the howler, but to have success in the howler. Oh, good left hand!
Jimmy!
What a comeback, Jimmy! If Mendez can get the finish!
Oh man, Jimmy! Can you imagine this? He has to stop it now. They cannot go to the second round.
Rodriguez hanging on, ending up on top. That inexperience of Mendez.
Oh man.
Had his man hurt and could not capitalize.
People here are hands shocked.
But to your point, Rodriguez just didn't keep his guard up. Thought he had this one in the bag.
You can't get too confident, Jimmy.
You can't say this hasn't been a fun one, Rodolfo.
No, it has everything to a reality show.
All right, knee over the belly, right into full mount yet again. 52 seconds left in round number 1.
What Jawy can hope for is that the time just passes and makes it to the second.
Mendez now trying to explode out, but leaving that right arm behind.
All right, now we got something for Jawy.
Good job bailing out.
Again, yes, he can't be throwing just loopy punches. Again, it ain't a reality show brawl here. It's an MMA fight, and I know you're new to the game, Jawy, but you need to just calm down, take a deep breath.
What do they say? Rodolfo, never set a pace you can't keep.
Right.
You throw 15 big bombs in the first minute, you better be ready to throw them the entire time.
He might be saved by the bell and make it to the second round, Jimmy.
Well,
he's
7
already
seconds left, and Rodriguez teeing off with short punches. But we will see a round number 2 from the reality star. Welcome back to a round number 2 we didn't think we'd see. Johan Rodriguez in the yellow taking on reality star Jawy Mendez in the green, and Mendez in all kinds of trouble in round number 1. But landed a big shot, got back in this fight.
Jawy has to come into the second round already with a lot of confidence. I will work a little bit here on my guard, really himself really open, but how much energy did he use up in that first round? This is going to come, and he's coming in with that right. His hands are coming in, and the feet are right behind him. That's something that he has to work on in the tool shed.
As I say, leaning over your feet.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Punches, yeah, got to be over your feet, over your hips.
Fight! And look, he's exhaustion. His hands are in his hip. Looked up, he is exhausted. Reminds me of my first fight, Jamie. Right after, I felt like I got hit by a transformer.
Oh, good double leg from Johan Rodriguez to get the takedown. no surprise, we have open scoring here at Combate Global. 10-9 on all three judges' scorecards for Johan Rodriguez in round number 1. Round number 2 starting out badly as well. Once again, giving up full mount.
If he can make it out of this and keep it standing,
I will be both surprised and impressed.
I really would.
Third time
He's already impressed me already, okay? I'll be honest, he's impressed me.
Third time in this fight, he has
Give
been
the guy
counted.
credit. Give him some credit. He took some bombs, he took some
short
kicks and got up.
elbows now. A few more big bombs. This is going to be over. It's clear. Mendez just has no idea how to escape. Just turns and bucks, and it works.
You know what's happening, Jimmy? Rodriguez is he's taking him lightly. I know he's trying to go for the knockout. I get it. He's trying to go for the highlight reel. But if you know you can finish it on the ground, and you want that W there.
Take the easy win every time.
Because Jawy's fighting that type of, like a zombie, right? He'll just, whatever happens, happens.
Rodriguez trying to counter as Jawy Mendez bowling forward with big power punches. We've seen this throughout 2 rounds. Just pulls forward with shots and then has to get his energy back.
Yeah, he's just chopping. And look, the kicks aren't even coming with any power. He's just exhaustion, pure exhaustion.
Remember, Rodriguez, this is his pro debut as well. He's feeling the nerves. You know, my advice, whenever someone is making their pro debut, I said, whatever you feel, take a third right off the top for nerves.
Yeah.
Whatever gas you think you have, you'll have a third less just from nerves. Both these guys, very, very tired, but it's Jawy Mendez who looks like...
Sometimes even when you walk into that tunnel, Jimmy, as you're making your debut, you're already exhausted. You haven't even thrown a shot, but you're already tired.
It is the absolute
The
worst.
emotions, the adrenaline.
It's Mendez, who looks like he needs a second wind. Rodriguez taking the center of La Jaula. His activity level has certainly dropped. A few good combinations at the right time, and he could win this fight. But
Listen, he's made it to the second, man. I mean, gotta give credit where credit is due. Oh, he nearly caught him there. And Rodriguez smiling.
Jawy Mendez did not come in here to lose. That is for sure. He's given everything he has. You look at the numbers, they are one-sided in favor of Rodriguez.
He got heart. The man has a lot of heart, a lot of guts and grit. Can't take anything away from that.
Great man once said, guts will get you so far, then they'll get you killed. So you gotta have the technique to go with the guts.
Trying to spread some positivity here, Jimmy. Come on.
You are. My job to be the realist. That's what I'm doing.
But that's a rookie mistake. He's already hanging on to the cage, or La Jaula. Alan Arbella's just reminding him, you can't do that.
Rodriguez all over him with short punches. This is where he's owned this fight. It's in the grappling exchanges.
And I think maybe this may be it.
Yeah, seatbelt position. His arm is trapped across his body. Mendez taking a lot of punches. He's still physically in it, but Rodriguez just wearing him down.
And there it is. There it is.
That is it. A TKO win for Johan Rodriguez. Talking a little bit of trash now that the fight is over.
And I don't know where Jawy, I don't think he knows where he is right now. He's a little wobbly there, very exhausted, a lot of exhaustion coming in. But look, my hat off to him. Made it to second round. He had a little moment there, right, when people were like, whoa, he might pull this one off.
Yep,
Credit to him.
Well, landed a big punch in round number 1, but the ground game, he is light years behind, easily mounted in both rounds, and finally ends up paying the price. Johan Rodriguez said this fight meant everything to me, my future, my family's future. He ends up with the victory. We'll make it official right after this. Welcome back to Combate Global. Into La Jaula we go to make it official. Beatrice Callis.
El tiempo oficial, 4 minutos y 6 segundos del round número 2. The official time, 4 minutes and 6 seconds of round number 2. And the winner, by technical knockout, el ganador por knockout técnico, Johan Rodriguez!
He said he would do it for himself and his family. He did, the fighter from Colombia. undefeated, 1-0 in his pro career. Couldn't have done it against a more high-profile opponent, let's put it that way.
Hey, a win is a win. He defeated a reality star, and now Jawy Mendez, but this young kid has a chip on his shoulder. I'm sure the next time around we'll see a little bit of difference here. But look, Rodriguez just felt very confident. He was waiting for the right moment. Maybe he was trying to get that top 10 highlight reel. The point is he got the W. Brought it to the floor. That was going to be it for him. He was just waiting for the right moment. But could he have stopped the fight earlier? I'm sure he could have knocked him out, but he just wanted to. He wanted to feel it out, Jimmy. He wanted to feel it out.
Also making his pro debut, those nerves, that you remember those days. Not easy at all. And look at the punch stats, 69 punches for Johan Rodriguez. Jawy Mendez, 35. A couple more kicks for Mendez, but Mendez attacking the entire time. You see the accuracy. So much more accurate was Rodriguez, not just because of the ground strikes, but also more controlled on the feet. Let's hear from the winner.
All right, you guys came to give us a spectacle. Congratulations, Johan, on this victory, but it wasn't that easy. Nah, it wasn't easy. Like I told my rival, I underestimated him. I didn't know it was going to happen when that takedown the first, but he showed that he took this fight for real. So, hey, he deserves credit where credit is due. I've dedicated all my life to sport, and I will continue to dedicate all my life to it. Who do you dedicate this fight? This first victory. I dedicate this fight to all those who have supported me, my trainer Javier, my family, my parents. Without them, this would never been happen. This first victory professionally, my parents.
Así es, Jawy. Bueno, pues antes que nada, hermano,
this is Gabriel Soto
en honor merece,
interviewing Jawy Mendez.
Meterte a la jaula.
Going inside the jaula. I felt nervous, and I wasn't even going to fight. How did it feel? It's something that only the fighters understand, that they can't get out of life. A lot of time, sacrifice. Like Johan said, he does it by passion. No one just goes into jaula for as a hobby. It's a sport that needs a lot of work. It's a great work from Johan. He also debuted in this great sport. He said he underestimated everybody. No one believed in my debut. But, we all got to start somewhere. In our career, applause to Johan. He deserves it. His coach, his team.
Jawy, hay algo que no se puede entrenar y es el corazón y la valentía.
Is there something that you can't train as your heart? And both of you guys showed it inside la jaula of Combate Global.
Well, they gave us an action-packed fight, but guess what? The action rolls on. Matias Palma taking on Tony Cortez. That is one that's going to be action from the word go. We've seen Cortez and the jaula before. He is devastating on the feet and on the ground. Undefeated as an amateur and as a pro. Will his success continue? We'll find out right after this. We are back here at Combate Global, cleaning up la jaula after an action-packed night of fights, but it rolls right on. Matias Palma versus Tony Cortez. Cortez, full of confidence, will continue tonight. Let's find out.
Yo empecé a pelear porque mi papá me mostró unos videos de Nick Díaz. Ahí fue como que me gustó mucho su estilo de pelea que tiene y ahí fui adentrándome más en el MMA. Mi nombre es Matias Alejandro Palma Coñueno, tengo 21 años y soy de Temuco, Chile.
My mom just wanted me to find a discipline because my father was in prison, so she put me in Taekwondo. That was when my MMA career started. I was 10 years old. Tony Cortez, 21 years old, and I come from Corona, California.
Tony, el
My opponent, he's got okay jiu-jitsu. Like if I were to rate it from a 1 to a 10, I'll give him like a 4. And then everything else is like at a 2 or 1.
Siento que no va a querer ir al piso porque mi fuerte es el piso.
My game plan is to go in there. That's knock this out basically. So that's what I'm gonna try to do.
Tony Cortez, prepárate para la guerra que vamos a tener esta noche.
Matias, Palma, esta noche te voy a noquear, voy a ganar esta pelea.
Matias Palmas.
There's Matias Palma, the young man from Chile. Heard the confidence in his ground game. He's one of those guys, when you look at footage of his fights, grab something, hang on, get somewhere, be tenacious, but not overly technical. You heard Cortez point that out. 1 to 10, I give him a 4. Where he gets there, he's tenacious with it, but he's not world class on the ground. But he does have confidence in his jiu-jitsu. That's where he thinks he's strongest.
He is, and he's very confident. He said he's been training with Jose Tito Loco Ferreira, who has competed here in La Jaula out of the Elemental Dojo. He's the purple belt in jiu-jitsu. He's very confident, and he knows what he's at stake. You can't take, we just saw Jawy Mendez, of course, he's gluing out a lot of followers, but Tony Cortez comes in with a lot of hype. Yeah. So how sweet it would be for Matias Palma to come in here and ruin the party of Cortez. What he needs to do is, Cortez is gonna get to play with you a little bit. He's gonna taunt you there. He can't feed into that. He needs to stick to his game plan, try to use that jab. Striking is gonna be key. I know he has a lot, he banks a lot on his wrestling and jiu-jitsu here, but let's test some of the striking here and set up what you want.
Well, we've seen a lot of hyped fighters tonight. His opponent, Tony Cortez, certainly one of those. A lot of hope and a lot of past behind this young fighter. Let's bring him in.
Su oponente, Tony Cortez.
I say hope and I say past for 2 reasons. Tony Cortez was a guy who grew up very, very rough, got in a lot of trouble. Dad was in prison. Said MMA, it was MMA or the streets for me. It was MMA or the streets. And hope, meaning undefeated in his career. He can move forward, make a career out of this. He's fighting out of Corona, Hesperia, California. Coached by Joe Daddy Stevenson, an MMA legend in Southern California. So he's prepared to get in there. Last time we saw him absolutely crushed in his debut.
Yeah, he's a scrappy fighter. Reminds me a little bit of that little Nick Diaz in him. Takes a look at his opponent.
See that attitude?
Yeah, you
see that attitude?
That's that 209 type of thing, that California-ish. But listen, he is a character in himself. But great ground game. The most of his victories in his amateur career came by way of submission. Yeah. So that is his forte. But very exciting fight. Look for those great combinations. And if he goes to the ground, it could be an end for Matias.
Let's see what the numbers tell us. Both fighters 21, only a 1-inch height advantage for Tony Cortez. Exact same reach, basically the same weight. Not a lot separating these guys when it comes to the numbers. About what's in between their ears, the skills, the technique, their preparation. It's all on the line tonight. Will the hype for Tony Cortez continue? Palma to have success, get this fight down, stay on top, use your jiu-jitsu.
Continuamos con mucha más acción este duelo. En la división peso pluma desbao. In the featherweight division, los jueces son los judges are Richard Green Sr., John Rupert, and James Lazaro. Y ahora, damas y caballeros, llegó el momento de un Combate Global. In the blue corner, en la esquina azul, wearing red, vestido de rojo, su peso oficial, 144.2 libras, his official weight, 144.2 pounds. Tonight, He enters la jaula undefeated as a pro with 1 victory esta noche. Entra a la jaula invicto como profesional con una victoria. De Temuco, Chile, Matias, el Zombie Palma. Su oponente en la esquina roja, his opponent on the red corner. Wearing white, vestido de blanco. Su peso oficial, 145.6 libras, es official weight, 145.6 pounds. Esta noche entra a la jaula invicto como profesional con una victoria tonight. He enters la jaula undefeated as a pro with 1 victory. From Corona, California, Tony el Conquistador Cortez. El referee, Marcos Pérez.
Right. Mírame a mí. Okay. Te estoy hablando. Escúchame. Okay. Quiero una pelea limpia. Okay. Sigan mis indicaciones. Toque guantes si quieren. A su esquina.
No touch of gloves there. No surprise at all. Tony Cortez, some colorful language for his opponent. Before we begin, Cortez in the white. His opponent, Matias Palma, in the red trunks. We are underway, round number 1.
This Cortez is an exciting. Look what he told me during the week. All right, this is how much of an exciting fighter and trash talker he is. He says, my opponent called himself a wrestler. His jiu-jitsu is decent and his striking is embarrassing. It's the type of guy that he is, all right? He's not ashamed to call out his opponent.
Palma right now starting with leg kicks with the power of Cortez. Muscling into the jaula. Oh, nice hook over the top.
Great heavy shots.
Oh,
elbow shot.
Of heavy shots, it is over. Tony Cortez. Seconds into round number 1. Wow.
Jimmy.
Matias Palma got leveled.
This guy is as exciting as he comes. It was so fast. It seemed like an elbow that he snuck in there and followed up. I couldn't even quite catch it.
One thing about trash talk is you got to back it up.
He sure does.
And Tony Cortez did precisely that.
Wow. There it is. Boom. Beautiful elbow. All power from the legs.
Bang.
Big mistake there by Palma, just exposing that right side of his chin, leaving it wide open like a field goal post.
And Palma went down stiff.
Wow. Beautiful elbow, man. Just picture perfect.
Good job by the referee getting in there just in time. Palma still being attended to. But the hype with Tony Cortez, so far it has been justified, and the jaula will make it official when we come back.
The official time, 32 seconds of round number 1. El tiempo oficial, 32 segundos del round número 1. And the winner, by technical knockout, el ganador por knockout técnico, Tony Cortez.
He doesn't want to be a nice guy. He doesn't try to be a nice guy. He doesn't fight like a nice guy. Short elbow, 2-0 for Tony Cortez as he talks to El Jefe, Campbell McLaren in the center of La Jaula. And we roll on. Combate Global right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Combate Global. We got a classic fight ready to go for you. It is Miguel Lugo, Martin Justiz. As I said before, the age difference minimal, just 3 years. It's the height advantage for Miguel Lugo, a slight reach advantage for Martin Justiz. They weighed in about the same, right around the 145-pound limit.
También para este combate pautado a 3 asaltos de 5 minutos en el peso pluma. We are ready, and I know you guys are too, for this bout set to 3 rounds of 5 minutes in the featherweight division. Los jueces son, the judges are Mark Strayson, James Lazaro, Richard Green. Y ahora sí, damas y caballeros, ha llegado el momento. The moment is here para un combate global. Presentando en la esquina azul, introducing in the blue corner. Sube con récord de 2 victorias, 2 derrotas. He stepped in with a record of 2 victories and 2 losses. Vistiendo de rojo y blanco, wearing red and white shorts. Registró un peso oficial de 145.8 libras. He registered an official weight of 145.8 pounds. He's from Yuma, Arizona, USA, Miguel Lugo. Y su oponente en la esquina roja, and his opponent in the red corner, steps into the cage, sube a la jaula con 2 victorias y 2 derrotas, vistiendo, wearing blue shorts, pantalones azules. Registró un peso oficial de 145.8 libras. He registered an official weight of 145.8 pounds. He is from Yuma, from Miami, Florida, USA, Martín Justiz. El referee para este combate, the referee for this bout, de Panamá, Marcos Pérez.
Reconocen las reglas, es una pelea libre, sigan mi comando, choque cuando si quiera, su esquina.
We are ready to begin round number 1 of this classic fight. Martín Justiz in the blue, Miguel Lugo in the red and white. We'll see Justiz in a few weeks. Here again on Combate Global, we are underway.
Yeah, Justiz training with the Freedom Fighters in Miami, Florida, with Ray Funoda. Lugo, Yuma, Arizona. Been exceptional striking. Justiz as well. Also the ground game, thanks for the jiu-jitsu expertise.
Already seen a lot of stance switches from both of these fighters. Very versatile offense. That's what both of them talked about. Spinning back fist right there.
Very long reach of both of the guys too. They're very tall, man.
Flooding leg kicks early. Yeah, both fighters trying to put money in the bank.
Trying to size up Justiz.
Justiz 4-1 as an amateur. Has an excellent amateur record. Trying to translate that to pro success. Just getting started right now, 2-1 as a pro.
He's had his fair share of victories inside La Jaula. Started his career here as a pro as well. Sizing him up. Great striking. Oh, we got caught
nice
there,
uppercut
Jimmy.
right through the center. Justiz trying to fight back with straight punches.
Lugo trying to size up Justiz, trying to find an opening to land an uppercut with that right hand or work the body.
See Lugo a bit taller, punching down, trying to keep that chin low. Nice shot to the body.
Look at that left hook. He's trying to size in that left hook. Now switching stance. Still the feel-out process, Jimmy.
Yeah, both seem very comfortable in the center of La Jaula. Neither fighter backing up. A little reset from Justiz. Nice right hand uppercut combination.
Yeah, good shots from the pocket. That in itself is work.
Always say shot. No bad build for a fighter. Just use the build you have. Justiz in the blue. slightly shorter, willing to get inside and use those short punches.
Great right hand attempt from Lugo, but nobody home.
Lugo, a wrestler in high school, says, I know how to wrestle, but I enjoy striking. That's how I like getting it done. You can tell here, willing to stand toe-to-toe. Neither fighter changing levels for a takedown yet.
It's kind of rare when you have a guy that has that background in wrestling. Not that many wrestlers that make that transition love to strike from the beginning. They always stick to the bread and butter of wrestling. You're seeing it right here.
Just as we're talking about it, he dives for the takedown. Justiz now on his butt, trying to work that open guard. Half butterfly right now.
When that topic always comes to mind, Jimmy, it always reminds me of Brock Lesnar. He just hates to get hit in the face as a wrestler. Remember? It's like he was swatting flies.
As soon as he got hit in the face, different story.
Boom, straight down to the floor.
That man was a national champion, runner-up his junior year. Justiz popping back to his feet. Going right back to work.
He would try to switch it up from a jab to an elbow, but he's just trying to see if he can land that left hand.
Lugo training with 10th Planet as well. Has confidence in his jiu-jitsu game. Right now, Justiz trying to get back to working on the feet, and both these guys working the body and the legs very well with the kicks.
Got them long legs, Jimmy. Comes in handy very often.
I wouldn't know. I'm stuck with short legs.
You and I, Jimmy. You're not alone. Sometimes have to look for that apple box. You know what I mean?
Lugo right now content to play the outside. Just under a minute left in round number 1. Committing to the right hand is Justiz. A fighter out of Cuba representing the United States.
That jab set up something. Great 1-1. Try to catch that left leg of Justiz. Good body shot.
Excellent body work. It's been a theme so far of this fight. Both these gentlemen.
Sizing him up, targeting.
Falling forward with 10 seconds left in round number 1. Nice right
hand. That right, Jimmy.
That stunned Lugo. Can he get a finish with seconds left in round number 1? We'll go to round 2.
Él va a empezar a bajarla. Cuéntate del estilo de pelea de él. Él empieza a bajarla a partir de ahora. ¿Ok? Yeah. ¿Ok? Tiene, dale un paso adentro y métele la contra. ¿Me entiendes?
No, you're good, you're good. Hey, I need you to fucking jab him up more. I need you to fucking let the hands go, bro. No, yeah, we need to fucking capitalize, bro.
Tiene que mantenerme la mano arriba.
Everything's good. We're good, we're good. Put your mouth in. Let's go, guys.
We're back with a classic fight, round number 2. Miguel Lugo in the red and white, taking on Martin Justiz in the blue. Lugo's corner in between rounds, wanting him to get back to the jab. Use that lead hand. Let your hands go, with a few profanities in there, but that was generally the message.
We don't have to say that. We'll leave it to your imagination.
As we start round number 2.
Yeah, Justiz's quarter was telling, hey, you know, you got to counter. If he's throwing into the shots, make sure you follow up with 2 or 3 more. Lugo's corner saying to capitalize when Justiz drops those hands, because he is keeping those hands closed, not protecting his chin, Jimmy.
Yeah,
he got caught.
Lugo
There it is.
Stepping in with a good combination.
That's what you get. That's a wake-up call.
Also off that southpaw stance, changes the power side to the left hand. And
keep running right into it.
Not quite ready for it. And they are throwing leather in the howler.
Lugo effective with that jab. He's already connected a good 4 or 5 times already in the chin. He's Justiz, though, taking it like a champ. But he needs to counter. He needs to keep those hands up. Gap is there. He's been finding it all day. Now he's keeping those hands up now. He learned better now.
It only takes one. Pain is the best teacher in combat sports. You take that straight left, you start looking for it. Martin Justiz answering back with a nice, sharp right hand.
There's a saying in Spanish, Jimmy, el a golpe visa. You know what that means?
I know golpes are punches.
Right, well, the shot always reminds you. That's what it means.
It does. Right now, Lugo looking for that takedown. We talked about his wrestling background. He might want to change this fight up a little bit. Because right now, Martin Justiz, a lot of confidence in his kickboxing. Another good right hand over the top.
But every time the Justiz comes in, Lugo's right there with a left hand to work the body. Good, powerful liver shot. Could be it. He's able to find it. We have Bobby and Lugo there from Justiz.
Once again, southpaw stance from Lugo. There he goes, firing the left, going back to orthodox.
Keep those hands up.
Commitment on the punches from Justiz. Nice left hook.
Remember,
Both these
Jimmy,
guys having their moments back and forth.
You remember training back then, Jimmy, when they used to teach you how to keep those hands up, putting those 10-pound dumbbells.
Thanks for reminding me.
Remember that?
It was absolutely awful. Yes. Every time I see your chin, I'm going to hit it. I had a coach say that as well. Keep that chin tucked.
Nice to jab from Justiz. Now he's closing that guard.
Both these fighters early on in their MMA careers, they're showing good timing, good patience on their strikes, excellent accuracy,
and power.
Yeah. Now very close, round number 2, minute 45 left. Want to see who kicks it up, maybe in that 4th gear.
Lugo just does capitalize. He comes in low and comes in right up high. But he needs more than 2 shots. Good way of lurking in that, kicking that inside kick, inside leg of Lugo.
Decided to go high. That left kick, but Lugo had that guard up. Good right hand right through the center. Coming up on a minute left in round number 2, and Justiz starting to finish strong, just like he did in round number 1.
Yeah, he's attacking that exposed chin of Lugo. And there, once again, the low shot followed up by an overhand right. Very consistent with it. Coming down to the wire of the 2nd round.
Yeah, 2nd round is still very, very close. Up for grabs in the eyes of the judges.
Oh, he's now working the body.
Judges remember what they see in the last 30 seconds of the round. It always weighs heavier. He's going to turn it up with 30 seconds left.
Like the good old say, they never forget the finish, Jimmy. He's setting it up with those jabs. The poke in the eye he called him out for?
I think so. A little trash talk in the center as the seconds tick away in round number 2.
Nice left, Lugo.
What an incredible fight ending round number 2. It is close. I would not want to be a judge right now, Rodolfo.
That is a very tight one to call and determine. Good way of both men. Justiz now picking up the pace with the jab, and Lugo.
Tienes que cruzar el jab acá, no te muevas para acá.
Yeah, he says, work that jab, don't move.
Yo te estoy tirando el jab este. Tienes que moverte para este lado, no te muevas para este.
If I'm throwing in that jab, go to the opposite side. If not, move your head. Bob and weave.
No importa. Este round, un poquito. El que viene
He
es
hits you.
tuyo.
The next shot, you gotta hit hard. Keep doing it, explode.
Con mucha precaución. Tus
With a
manos
lot
tienen
of
que estar arriba.
caution.
Tus manos tienen que estar arriba.
Keep your hands up.
Okay? No dejes que te y no lo dejes que te sorprenda.
Don't let that he gives you a surprise. Don't let him surprise you. Let's finish the fight. And that's been the story, Jimmy. He'll get a little confident, takes a couple of shots, and then he'll keep his hands low. And that's when Lugo comes in, goes to the body shot, and overhand right.
There's a back and forth in a fight. Why are you letting your opponent back in? You have to ask yourself that question. It's been a great one so far as we get ready for round number 3. Miguel Lugo in the red and white, Martin Justiz in the blue. It has been a kickboxing battle with MMA gloves on.
And here as the coach of Justiz told him, work that jab, jab, and then go up to the opposite side to follow up with the right. Once again, he gets caught, but he's putting those hands down. Okay, see, he's working in that jab, 1-1, follow up with the right, but the hands are kept low, and Lugo follows up and connects. Here's the momentum, now he is.
So far this fight, mostly at the range, preferred by Martin Justiz, who is the shorter fighter. Able to get in and make this about boxing, make it about punching range. The fighter from Cuba able to use his hands so far very, very effectively.
He just sneaked in a kick to the body, went for the cock kick. There. Another shot to the liver. He's just taking it and coming right back. I feel that he's just setting something up, Jimmy Justiz. But he has to be very careful with those hands. Keep them up and find the right timing.
Now, Lugo has answered back with authority when he has needed to. That has earned the respect of Martin Justiz.
But Lugo has been very redundant. He's been doing the same thing. Yes, it's connecting, but the same thing. And I know they say if it ain't fixed, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But if you're doing that body, following up with the right, give me something else, because you're not finishing off your opponent.
Not an easy fight to score by any stretch of the imagination. I would imagine Justiz is ahead, but who knows these days how judges see things.
Never leave it to the judges. You'll be surprised with the end result. Lugo switching the stances.
He's done that effectively throughout this fight. Nice right hand angle off from Justiz.
So, you know, when you fight that fighter, Jimmy, they just switch the stance on that. It's a headache, man.
Oh, I'm so mad at him.
Truly is.
Changes your defense around completely. Good leg kicks.
And you have to practice it consistently. So it just becomes second nature, you know, because in the fight, when you're there and it's done right there and then, you know, so you have to, it's something that you just have to do. It has to become a second habit in your training.
Lugo, first successful takedown of this fight. Let's see what he can do. 10th Planet trained. Has top position, under 2 minutes left in round number 3.
Lugo landing and some great elbows from this position.
Good job by
finding
Martin Justiz.
Oh, Lugo in trouble. His back is there for grabs.
Good job hanging on to that single leg.
Fans are definitely into it, Jimmy. They love the action.
Justiz, Cuban-American, a lot of support here in Miami. They are screaming here in Univision Studios.
Great read there from Justiz. You give one and you get one right back. Great countering from Lugo.
Lugo has to turn things around with a big shot with a minute left in round number 3. Justiz has seen this fight go his way for the majority of the fight. Lugo's had his moments, but Justiz able to deliver power shots at boxing range.
You better bring it, because the supporters are in the house, Justiz. You saw that box. The supporters are in the house.
Justiz now angling, moving. Down to almost 30
Hands
seconds.
are down, you gotta be careful.
Lugo. Might high scorecard. I think he needs a knockout to win, but he can get it. United power shots throughout this fight. Now 20 seconds left. Can he get the big one?
He's setting it up, but he doesn't finish it. The mouthpiece went flying.
Referee going for the mouthpiece. 10 seconds left in an all-action fight. How will it finish?
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful shot. I think that's it. 1 second left.
Man.
The third round for Justiz.
Wow. Patience is a virtue, Jimmy.
And so is power, my friend. He had that in a big way. Classic fight. Let's look forward to what's coming up in Combate Global.
Después de casi 3 asaltos completados, de mucha más acción, after almost 3 rounds completed of mucha más acción, the referee Marcos Perez was forced to stop the fight at 4.59 seconds, a 4 minutos punto 59 de acabar el tercer asalto. Para el ganador, for the winner, by technical knockout, por knockout técnico de Miami, Florida, representando Cuba, Martín Justiz.
Bueno, no sonaba la campana cuando vino la evolución de ese tremendo knockout.
Wow. Martín Justiz, 1 second left in round number 3. You know, that separates a lot of fighters, Rodolfo. You got it in the bag. You can win this. You got him hurt. You knock him down, but you go to finish him. That tells you what kind of fighter Martín Justiz is. We'll see him in a few weeks, but what does that say about his character, his personality as a fighter?
He wants to win. He's not going to leave it to the judges. He takes no easy fights, no easy routes. He clearly had that fight, more than likely won, but he didn't leave it to the judges. He wanted to finish it off with 1 second left. He listened to his coaches. It took a bit of time. He was patient until he finally got it.
Well, Martín Justiz, an outstanding fighter. We'll see him in a few weeks. But here's the deal. Is not about what we saw tonight, but what is upcoming in La Jaula. It is all about action. Check it out.
Yeah, Jimmy, I'm really excited to see Axel Osuna once again inside La Jaula. He was a guy that was definitely riding on a winning streak, win streak. He got that title shot against David Martinez, nearly took him out. He lost the fight. He came very close to dethroning the champ, but he's polished up his skills. He's ready to go. Great fist boxing, Gaston Monsor from Chile. Tough dude, a lot of grit. Will take punches, will come right back at you with 3 or 4 or 5 until he gets what he wants. A lot of gut, a lot of grit. This definitely will deliver a recipe for a good tasting fight.
It's not just about who comes in with technique and aggression, about who bounces back from the losses. Is that key for you in this fight?
You need to give and bounce back no matter what the circumstances. It's definitely going to be a fun one. Do not miss it.
Well,
it was a fun fight, man. It was a fun night. I really loved it.
It was the return of La Loba getting a submission win in round number 1. And then a reality star found out the reality of being in La Jaula. It's not as easy as it looks. For everybody behind the scenes, Jimmy Smith, Rodolfo Roman, Campbell McLaren, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.